Today I'm going to be doing another shampoo review for you guys. So since I've had dreadlocks, there's only been really two shampoos that I've used. And so one was the Dr. Bronner's, and I made a video on that before. And today will be just a shampoo review on using baking soda as shampoo for your dreadlocks. And so using baking soda, it gives you a real deep clean, and it's something that it's debatably the cheapest option. Dr. Bronner's is honestly still cheap too, though, but this is probably the cheapest way you can do it, and it's easy to do. So I mean, you literally just buy, a box of baking soda from the store, and you pour it in a plastic cup. Really, you don't take much at all. Just like kind of cover the bottom, and do that before you go in the shower. When you go in the shower, with Dr. Bronner's, when you fill it up, you can kind of just swirl it, and it will mix in. The baking soda cakes in a little more when it gets wet, so you have to use like like your razor, the end of your razor, end of your toothbrush or something in the bathroom. You can just swirl it around, get it all mixed in well, and you fill the whole cup with water. And then you can add other stuff too. Like I add lemon juice usually when I do it. I've been told that helps with itchy scalp. To be completely honest, I didn't really notice a difference, but it smells kind of good. And then I'll also add like peppermint extract sometimes for scent also. So if those are things that you have available to you, those are good options just to add a little smell and potentially some benefit to the scalp. But like I said, I didn't notice. And as far as how often you would need to wash with the baking soda compared to other stuff is, I had to wash more often because my scalp got really itchy with it. It'd go like 3, maybe 4 days, and then it would start itching again, and I need to wash again. So you couldn't go as long without washing when you use the baking soda. But like I said, it is a cheap option. It's also a good deep clean. Sometimes I use baking soda and Dr. Bronner's together, when I've got some. Downside to baking soda is you're supposed to replace it, I think, every 30 days, if I'm not mistaken. And that's like surprisingly often. It comes up on you real quick. So I mean, if you replace it as often as you're supposed to, you may not even finish a box when it's time to replace it. But I do recommend replacing, maybe not every month, but I wouldn't go more than 2 months with the same box, just because it doesn't work as well. It starts to like clump up and stuff inside the box, and so that's a problem. But as far as the wash it does, it's a good wash. And like what I do, because the first few times I did it, like way back when I first got dreads, I didn't get it all washed out well. So it'd be kind of caked on my scalp. Like I could scratch my scalp and I'd have like baking soda under my fingernails. And then also like my dreads were kind of sticky throughout the day. So I've had, you have to rinse it longer, is what I've found. So like when you pour it on, you let it soak in. Do the same thing you would with baking or with Dr. Bronner's or anything. Palm roll it in, rub it around, whatever. And then as you rinse it out, what I do is just cup my hands under it as the water runs through it, so I can see the water pour out into my hands, and I can still see like, okay, there's clearly still a lot of baking soda in there because it's very foggy water. Dump it out. Keep doing that until you see that it's just clear water. So that way all the baking soda is rinsed out. So it's all off your scalp, all out of your dreads. So that way you get it completely rinsed out. But as far as a shampoo, like I said, it gives a good clean. It's cheap, but it doesn't help with the itch as much as something like Dr. Bronner's does, and and you have to replace it a little more often than I would like. So overall, I still have some around all the time and still use it. Since it gives a deep clean, I'll usually do it, maybe once a month or so. I'll wash with the baking soda just for the sake of getting a good deep clean, or I'll mix it in with the Dr. Bronner's, like I said. But it's a good shampoo, a good cheap option compared to like the Dreadlocks specific shampoos, like Dreadhead HQ or Naughty Boy one, because those are great shampoos, but are a little pricey. So this is another cheap option that does the trick.